What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. I want to share this with you all, family, that how Israel, who maliciously, vindictively gave the Ethiopian Jew people, the women, birth control shots without their consent. Now, I don't know if y'all remember back in the 90s when they airlifted many of the Ethiopians who were trying to get to Israel because they think that, Israel is the place that where Jews would go. But at a time of being persecuted, they were airlifted out. Operation Moses, Operation Solomon. There was one more operation. But in 2013, they did a program where they wanted to give these women a birth control shot. So they say it was birth control without the women's consent. Now, and I know they have a fear of us multiplying. How is it that you can have the right to try to give people shots without their consent?
The health ministry has just admitted that they were doing forced sterilization of Ethiopian women, even though they're Jewish, as they were coming into the country. Now, thank God the sterilization is not permanent, but it did last for a long time. In fact, over the last 10 years, the birth rate among Ethiopians in Israel has dropped by 50%. Now, you don't have to speculate as to why. As I just told you, Israel's health minister has admitted they did the program, and in fact, he sent out a note saying not to renew prescriptions for Depo-Provera for women of Ethiopian origin if for any reason there is concern that they might not understand the ramifications of the treatment. I don't think the issue was that they didn't understand the ramifications of the treatment. The issue was as they were coming in, they were told they had to get that shot. Sometimes they were lied to and said, oh yeah, it's a vaccination and it's going to help you with your health. One of the women that were interviewed, the 30 different ones saying the same thing, was quoted as saying, quote, they told us they are inoculations. They told us people who frequently give birth suffer. We took it every 3 months. We said we didn't want to. But that is really embarrassing. I mean, if you're going to be a Jewish state and then you do this to fellow Jews, what, just because they're African? Because they're black? Oof. The people of Israel should be livid over that. 52% of Israelis say that African asylum seekers are, quote, a cancer. That's 52%, that's the majority. And 1/3 of Israelis said that they support violent attacks on Africans seeking asylum.
Many of Israel's Ethiopian immigrants are poor and have little education. They arrived here as part of a program to fly all the remaining Jews out of Ethiopia. But some women say they were coerced into taking injections every 3 months for birth control.
At the meeting they said, you don't need to give birth so many times. If you give birth a lot, you will suffer in life. You need a job in Israel. So we said, if that's true, we will never be able to get out of here. So we took the shot.
The Israeli government has confirmed the drug Depo-Provera was used on some Ethiopian women. The drug acts as a long-term birth control, but the method is usually a last resort for doctors because of problems treating its side effects.
We don't have any policy regarding using of these drugs. As I said, the Ministry of Health does not issue guidelines, neither in Ethiopia nor in Israel, what drug to use.
Activists are calling for an investigation into the use of the contraceptive when the women were in transit camps in Ethiopia and also in Israel. There are around 120,000 Ethiopian Jews in Israel. Many of them live in these underprivileged areas and struggle to integrate. But leaders of their community say that over the last 10 years, the number of births of Ethiopian Jews has dropped by half.
Who are these people? Can anybody measure these type of people, their behaviors, their spirit, and tell me why do some think that these are the chosen? How is it that they can go around and do such criminal acts to this day that Ethiopians say they are suffering now in Israel. The prejudice and the biases, the tactics that are against them. Put them in projects and lower income type in the backsides of society. You see, family, who told you to go there? And I will sit here and say this to the end of my last breath. That is not the original Israel. It's here in Africa. This is the region of, not there. We already know the history. These people who are so evil, these people who have missions to try to destroy. That's why Africans, you got to tell your people, do not let strangers come in doing tests and all that against your people. Don't give your blood. Don't give nothing to these people who are coming in that's going to try to take it from you, impregnate themselves, and do the whole genetic switcheroo so that they can be in line with the Most High. Don't make sense, does it? You better read my words. See, I can spiritually discern this because I know the history of these evil people and what they have done and what they are doing. We have to get to a place that we got to stop chasing and trying to be in their societies, into their countries, into their neighborhoods. We've been persecuted since day one, and it's obvious whose the people are because we keep suffering the persecution. While you trying to identify yourself as being a Hebrew Israelite, trying to be a Jew, trying to be all these things, they're going to welcome you in with welcome arms. I'm telling you, it will be a mission. And what they're going to do is put you in a box. Matter of fact, modern day slavery. Do not take any DNA tests, none, to try to see if you have the gene, if you will, the chromosome, if you will, of some Jew that they're going to try to measure or test against them. I said it once, I'll say it again. We are the original. You see, I did a video making mention that some people were kind of curious of the fact when I said they have changed names, countries, rivers, oceans. They have changed this around the world. But you can find in the old maps, you will even see on the west coast of Africa where you will see Kingdom of Judah. You will see the river Euphrates. Which the Bible talks about. You know, Ethiopia is just not where you see it today, where they carved up Africa and made Ethiopia a small little country. No, Ethiopia took up majority of the northern plains and also the central of Africa. They are coming for you. They are disrespecting, they are demeaning, they are ostracizing, they are killing Ethiopians at a spiritual point where these people now feel as though they should have stayed right where they were. Who told you to go to Israel? No respect to my brothers and sisters that are in Dimona, Israel. Peace and blessings to Ben Amin. He said he heard the voice. I will not argue or debate against that. But I'm telling you right now, even they suffer to this day of Israel not wanting to recognize them. And they still trying to put people out of there. Still giving them a hell. What's up, brother?
Yes.
You cannot tell me ain't no freedom than like being around your people of peaceful heart. You name one time what black people ever rose up against white people. You tell me when have we ever attacked them? They're always fearful that we will always rise up, that they will become outnumbered, that we will retaliate for all the hell they put us through. 400, 500, 800, 900,000 years. This is what's happened. And it will always be such. We got to realize that History will always repeat itself if people remain ignorant. And this is the problem that we have. We cannot stand for what is now happening, that people are recognizing their true identity and who they are when it comes to the Most High. The question now is, are you willing to walk with the Most High? Are you willing to behave and follow the commandments? Are you willing to stand for and your actions speak louder than your words and become upright people? Or do you want to continue to follow these suits of idol worships and these evil type of things that we fall so much into that we wonder why we sit where we are? Everywhere you find in Africa, people say, oh, Africa, it's dangerous, it's this. It is everywhere you find an uprising, you find a European. Everywhere you find dysfunction and Africans fighting against each other, you will find a European in the middle of it. You will find the UN, you will find these coups, you will find these missions that come in and try to divide a people. Rwanda's genocide is a proven fact where French admitted they were the cause of that whole genocide. They were the ones who caused all that mess. You can go to Mali, where the French is causing all havoc, where the Malian people said, we don't want these people in here no more. The Russians in Congo, in Mali, in the west of Africa, causing disruptions in black communities, trying to get the control of resources and pitting one another against each other. So you have to understand, even the wars that you see in Africa is not from an African, it's from a European. You better wake up, family, because as you begin to want to identify yourself with something, they're waiting on you and they're going to enslave you. You see, while the Ethiopians are in Israel, now back in bondage again with a European, what is Africa and the African Americans going to do when they start to associate themselves with being with God's chosen? And you fall for the silly gimmicks that they're going to have, these traps out here. Yeah, they know. Some of y'all going to fall because of the money they're going to offer. Some of y'all going to fall for the offerings of some land. Some of y'all going to fall for some of this garbage that they do. You're going to buy their books to make them millions. You're going to go get your DNAs and pay hundreds of dollars just to try to fit in. You're going to pay membership dues just to be a Jew. This is the mess that you're going to do. Why? Because the Most High said, my people are a stiff-necked people. You either rock with the Most High or go ahead and rock with these people out here that are just crazy. This is your man, not your boy. Gold black to Africa.
Think about it, think about it, think about it.